Imagine waking up and Cardano's ADA is $45. Imagine that. What would you do? Well, technical analysts out there are predicting that Cardano can reach a price prediction of $45. Do you believe that this is realistic? Let me know in the comments below. But in today's video, we're going to dig in to whether a $45 Cardano ADA price prediction could actually come to fruition, and if so, how we get there. Let's get to it. So I want to start with the big news before getting into the price predictions. We've got Cardano naming 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 as CTO to boost blockchain innovation. And I think this is really interesting and something that people should pay attention to. And why is that? Well, I believe that this is somebody with real pedigree. And I think this is something that is important to, I guess, be aware of when these projects are employing people. And I'll come on to what I mean in a moment. But Mr. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 has had a successful career at previous AG as a co-founder and CTO at UBS, a global investment bank. So for me, why is this important? I've talked about 𝗬𝗎 recently and how I think that actually they've got a pretty good layer one project, in the market. And this is because of the team. And the team, for me, is really important. It doesn't matter what project you're investing in. The team is, a really important aspect of whether the project's going to be successful, right? You can have the best tech under the hood, but if your team can't deliver, then you've got no chance. And I've seen many altcoin projects fail because the team just aren't good enough. And, I've called this out in the past. You look at Reef Finance, for example, they couldn't even keep an AMA live for a whole 30 minutes, right? The lights were going out and, it just looks really bad. So, they could have the best tech in the world, not suggesting that Reef Finance had the best tech in the world, but, look, if the team is no good, then your project's likely to fail, right? If bad things happen, like a hack, how does the team react? How do they handle that? And so on. This stuff is really, really important. So why am I bullish on Cardano and what they're doing here? Well, like 𝗬𝗎 have got people that have got experience in Web 2 companies, at good levels, great success, like the Facebook, Meta, and so on, right? And Amazon, I was supposed to say. So, for me, this is really important because it means that they can actually build a really good front end and back end. And this is something that is missing from blockchain at the moment. Is it's not intuitive in the front end for people to use it. And I think, by getting these individuals in these, CTO roles, I think it's really important. So I'm really excited to see this. But you let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I think this is game changing for Cardano. We got Cardano beats Solana in weekly fund inflows. Again, these are the sorts of signs that we really do want to pay attention to, because a lot of people out there will have you believe that Cardano is dead. It's a stable coin. It's not going anywhere. A lot of this is because actually it's one of the most, if not the most decentralized altcoin. It's basically what, Bitcoin was actually supposed to be. And Bitcoin, Ethereum are becoming more and more centralized. And that is not what crypto was all about, right? It's not what Bitcoin was about. Cardano is more like what Bitcoin was supposed to be than Bitcoin itself as years, have progressed. So for me, again, it's just really interesting. And I think that you need to be mindful and take what people say with a pinch of salt, including myself, right? I'm pro Cardano. I understand that, Cardano is going to take some time to progress and do really well. It's not going to be, rushed to market. Whereas a lot of these other projects build it. If it breaks, we patch it up and fix it. And that's just not the way to build true success long term, in my opinion. We got the market here. We're down 1.55% for the total market cap of crypto, which stands at $2.34 trillion. I've said before, I think this bull market is going to be huge. We're going to see this shake out, and then we're going to go up to new all-time highs for the vast majority of the crypto projects out there. And, Cardano is down 3.24% at the time of recording at 44 cents 77. I think that this, poses great value in the market. But you can let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. But let's get to what we're really interested in, and that is, price predictions for Cardano ADA. For me, this is something that, is great to speculate about. I'm really interested to get your price predictions in the comments below. So do let me know in the comments where you think Cardano's ADA's price can go this bull market. Really interested to know your thoughts and opinions on that in the comments below. And do hit the like button. It really does support the channel. Really do appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm. It pushes this Cardano content out to like-minded individuals, gets more people into the Cardano ecosystem. So not only does it support our channel, but it supports Cardano as well. So definitely give that like button a bash and subscribe if you haven't already. So crypto prediction website reveals when Cardano's price will reach $45. And it's, really interesting, right? Because they're saying by 2030. Now, in the past, if we go back a few years, cheeky crypto, when Nick and myself were first talking about where we kind of, thought crypto blockchain technology will be by 2030, we've always kind of said that's sort of like the adoption phase. It's like mass adoption will be here. And, I still believe that. So this is very much on the cards. And anybody that would have you believe that it isn't, would be, not really giving you the right information, in my opinion, because I think this stuff is really possible. All it really takes, in my opinion, is a spot ETF for Cardano. Now, a lot of people will speculate that that's going to happen. It's not going to happen. I think it's going to happen, right? I before the Bitcoin spot ETF was actually launched, I suggested that we should probably be looking at Ethereum because I do think that that was going to get a spot ETF if Bitcoin gets approved. It's almost like you're going to roll down in the same way that people roll in and out of Bitcoin and alts, right? I think that, it's all about money. And we're seeing this with Grayscale, right? They got a really healthy position in Bitcoin. The spot ETF got approved. They sold off lots of Bitcoin, probably huge, gains. And then they've started accumulating Ethereum, right? And I think they're going to do the same. I think we're going to go into alts. And we're already seeing pockets of spot ETFs in a different kind of way than advertised, I guess. We've got staking one from Grayscale, right, where you can stake in altcoins. You can get into the fund. Again, I think this stuff is, it's coming, right? It's just a matter of time. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. But by 2030, I think, it is possible that we have that $45 ADA price prediction. And I know people are going to be going, what about the market cap? What about the market cap? Like, if we just actually go back to coin market cap here, right? And we use Bitcoin as an example, right? We're already for Bitcoin, right, at $60,000, right? We're already at what is it? Where is the market cap on here? I'm going blind. Let's just go back a page because it's just easier. 1.2 trillion market cap for Bitcoin at $60,000, right? You're going to be talking 2.4 trillion at 120. There's people talking about a price prediction of $500,000 Bitcoin, $1 million Bitcoin. Do you know what the market cap of that would be for Bitcoin? Now, there's going to be lots of people, going back 5 years plus. There would have been a lot of people that have been saying the same about Bitcoin back in the day, right? Like, do you know what the market cap would be for Bitcoin if, it's to reach $10,000, when it was like sub $1? Like, there would have been those people. And I think that's where we are with some of the altcoins. Look, Cardano might never reach $45, but then saying that it's not achievable is wrong. Fundamentally, it's wrong because actually, if it actually meets its use case and goes on to, do what they're intending to do, then it can more than achieve a $45 price prediction for Cardano ADA, in my opinion. Now, look, the things that I think are really important to also highlight is the fact that, real world adoption is something that Cardano could quite easily get. I've talked about privacy layers, mask and unmask your your data. If we want to get banks involved, we want to get the medical industry involved, you need to have this, right? And Cardano is going to have that with Midnight. Very forward thinking, really like what they're doing. And I think you're getting like new CTOs in that have got pedigree. I think, it's only going to, strengthen Cardano as as an ecosystem. You got others talking about a 5,600% rally to $25. This, for me, is something that I've talked about on the channel before. This is looking at the previous 2020, 2021 cycle where, we did see this amount of volume in percentage gains. Nick and myself rode it all the way up, made some really good money on it. And, we were raving about it. We got into it like sub 5 cents. So look, is it possible to do it again? Yes. It was an altcoin that started to run much later than others previously. So look, you can't just be looking at the technical analysis, in my opinion, and basing, whether you're going to buy or sell solely on that. You've got to be looking at the fundamentals. You've got to be looking at what the team are doing, what they're working on, what upgrades are coming, and all of that wonderful stuff. Because if you don't, you will get left behind, right? These prices will run. Like, I'm really confident in Cardano, ADA. We got when will it reclaim its all-time high of $3.10? Again, just talking about very similar stuff here, right? We've got Dan, he's talking about the fact that, Cardano is doing something special. Like, I agree. I think that Cardano is a very special project. I think that the tech is really, really good. It took Ethan Cardano over 8 months to break all-time highs in the 2020 Bitcoin halving after the halving. So look, we're going to be, looking at what? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So you're going to be looking at the end of the year for Cardano ADA to really be breaching, the all-time high if we were to get a very similar cycle to what we had in 2020, 2021. And, look, I think, a Fed pivot is something that needs to be delayed into 2025 for that to happen. But, again, it's going to be really interesting to see. People think I don't talk about the macro. I really do, but we do a lot of that talk on the macro in our Discord, members area, right? We talk about like our predictions. Matter of fact, our predictions have been, spot on for this entire bear market. We called so much, like we called all of the bottoms. We called FTX before it collapsed. We saved people loads of money in the bear market. There's only one prediction that hasn't come to fruition yet. And it hasn't come to fruition yet because we're not in Q3 2024 just yet. And that was Fed pivot, crypto and stock crash, Q3 2024. So we'll see whether that comes to fruition. Timing is the hardest thing to get right when it comes to investing. Again, timelines for $7, $50, $27, and $45 dollar predictions for Cardano ADA. I think the $7.50 is something that we could see come the peak of this bull market. That's my honest thoughts, but I do think that somewhere between $27 and $45 for 2030 is very realistic. But you let me know your price predictions in the comments below. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. Tap that bell, select all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.